What would you say if I said aoife?
Bless you.
Well, that would be in the top spot of the Irish names that are hard to pronounce. So
Is it spelled? Yeah.
aoife.
So that's Aoife.
Aoife?
Yeah.
Are you effing serious?
Yeah, that's Aoife. That's a girl's name, and they get Aoifes get very upset when you pronounce their name wrong. So just be careful.
I'd love to meet a aoife and or an Aoife and be like, "Hey, aoife."
And as you could tell, I had no idea what that was. It doesn't make sense phonetically. Like, how's that work as Aoife? But there you go.
aoife?
Hey, that's not the weirdest thing in Irish, but there you go.
What about Sayasi? Sayasi? Saoirse.
Oh, so that'd be Saoirse. Yeah. So
No way.
another one. Yeah, they get an awful time. People pronouncing their names. Yeah, sorry about that. Saoirse. So.
What about Omicron?
Omicron is just, I don't know.
Oimicron.
I've not heard that one, so yeah, I don't know.
Oh wow!
So
Managed to stump you.
Maybe it's a new one. Yeah.
Well, the next one is Kiev.
I think what you mean is Quiva.
Quiva.
Yeah.
Kyiv is Quiva.
Oh no! You're not on that one then. Kyiv. I mean, that's again another one I've never heard. So, Kyiv. Yeah, I mean, it's probably pronounced Alan or something because the language is weird. But yeah, must be one of those new hipster names.
Asahi. ACAI.
I mean, that's the name of a berry. It's not a.
Now, or Akai would be how I would pronounce it, but I know that it's Asahi from. What about Niam?
How are you spelling that one? With a H or without a H?
With a H. NIAMH.
All right, so that's Neve.
That's Neve.
Yeah. MH is a V sound for some reason. Imagine when you're a kid, you're learning all this and these sounds and everything. You're like, this makes no flipping sense. But yeah, there you go. So Neve. That's also fun.
Well, there's Siobhan, but everyone's heard of that.
Yeah. That's the famous one.
What about Euros? Gyros.
I've never heard anyone with that name. It wouldn't surprise me, but no.
Then we have Nguyen, which is basically half of Vietnam.
Pretty sure that's an Asian name. But yeah, no, that one doesn't ring a bell either. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's just one of those that's coming back into fashion, and like in 20 years' time, there'll be lots of them flying around.
I mean, Nguyen is like literally 3/4 of Vietnam have that as their name.
Yeah,
there's something to do with, however, the way the naming thing was work in Vietnam, that everyone has that name, which is the same in So in Starbucks in Korea, they don't ask for your name because of the way the naming works. And so therefore everyone has a number, but everywhere else in the world, Starbucks asks for your name.
They do. Interesting.
Accuracy.
Yeah, it's always fun giving them your correct, absolutely your real name.
And everyone has the same birthday in Korea.
That's good. Everyone having a nice birthday party.
So everyone gets a year older on January 1 in Korea. So no matter when you were born, you get a year older on January 1.
So, all right. So if you're born on December 31st.
Yeah, you're instantly 2.
That is fucking weird. All right. Wow. All right. Well, there you go. Something I did not know, but I have to look into that. I don't agree with that. I think I should get a year younger every second year. Just stay the same age all the time. Because I'm at that age range where I don't want to get any higher. So
you got to set the record.
It is my goal, actually. It's like, how long do you expect to live? Longer than everyone else. So.
Well, speaking of traveling, what is your worst Airbnb experience?
Well, I usually only talk about this in therapy, but so I rented an Airbnb in California one time, and I got there really late at night, and the lady was like, you'll find the key in the place, and the key wasn't where she said it was going to be, and the house was all dark, and it was weird, and I was like, all right. Eventually, I found the key. I went inside. I tried to turn the light on. The lights wouldn't work. I was like, oh man, this is just, I'm getting a bad vibe about this. And then anyway, I got in, got the lights on, got everything. It was like settled down. I sat on the couch. As soon as I sat on the couch, the phone rang. I was like, oh, this is freaky. And then I thought, do I answer the phone in an Airbnb? What's going on? Maybe it's the host trying to call me because I tried to contact her about the keys, whatever. So I answered the phone, and this person was like, who are you? Get out of my house. I was like, oh no, what the fuck's going on? So that was it. And then the next day, the lady, I went out to get some lunch or something. And when I came back, there was a lady in the kitchen crying. And that was the Airbnb host. And I was like, hello. So that was the weirdest one I've ever had. And I don't really like using Airbnb because of that. So
well, that's a pretty boring one.
I agree.
This article is, our Airbnb turned out to be a brothel.
Yes. I mean, oh, that's awful.
That wasn't the only surprise.
Ooh. Do you get discounts if you're staying at the Airbnb?
That would be the review.
You get the welcome basket, like bottles of water, 50% off with the ladies.
It is a brothel, but you do save 20%. So
Can't argue with those discounts.
As always, this is another person. Whenever people write their own pieces into these newspaper things, they always add way too much detail that no one could care less about. Yeah, so exactly. I'm going to try to skim through bits, but we're going to add in some fun for it. The first time my partner, the botanist, and I booked an Airbnb, we found ourselves in a brothel. Very important to know he's a botanist.
It could come back to play later. Like there could be an important part where he found he just found all of the flower life in the brothel to be substandard.
Well, they write, so they found themselves in a brothel, full stop, in Perth, full stop, for 3 nights, full stop, on our spring wildflower foray to WA. Now, I don't know why we need all these full stops and whatever on that, but next paragraph. Now, Flower Man will say, I'm exaggerating, but I'm ready to swear on his West Australian Orchids Guide that this was an apartment block of ill repute.
Is that something people swear on an awful lot? I don't know, things are weird in Australia. You don't know.
I swear on my restaurant chopsticks that this was a brothel.
That is taking it to a new level right there.
This is the most random thing I could see on the table. I swear on this battery.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe it was the shady look of the place from the outside. Or maybe it was the assortment of blokes coming and going at odd hours of the day and night. Now, I almost feel like you can get rid of all of the other stuff and just say there were shady blokes coming and going at all hours.
I mean, that's one way of knowing. Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to, to be like, well, he was a botanist. Does that come into play in the story? Yeah, I had to swear on his botany book. So,
Well, she wouldn't have sworn on Bibles because the next line says, call me skeptical, but they weren't in there to replace Gideon's Bibles.
I mean, that is quite skeptical. You just don't know.
The thing about Airbnbs, you really don't know what you're getting until you get there. Stating the very obvious. This can be good, bad, or hilarious. While motels are pretty predictable, Airbnbs are always full of surprises. The other surprises in our bordello were the mysterious hairdryer and mysterious shampoo. So this guy's coming and going, but the shampoo, let me tell you about that.
Yeah, I need to know what's mysterious about the shampoo and shower gel and conditioner.
Oh, I just read ahead.
Uh-oh.
Take a guess why the shampoo was mysterious.
You know what I'm going to guess. It's got stuff in it that's not supposed to be there.
No, that would be too entertaining for this article. The shampoo was mysterious because it wasn't there.
Oh, that is mysterious. What happened to it? What would it have been? How? I mean, it's too many questions, man. Too many questions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Why would anyone, again, these people that write these articles, there's almost an interest in just the irrelevant details they add in. But the hairdryer was and refused to work.
Oh, did you plug it in? Or did you plug it in? Sounds like the kind of person who wouldn't plug it in because it's,
Now, why would you write about this and then say, this was no biggie, but the host did inform us after our stay that the hairdryer is wired to the electric fan and works perfectly when the fan's been switched on. So actually, yes, you're right. They didn't turn it on.
Well, there we go. Now we know the caliber of person we're dealing with in this article.
Well, there seems to be some confusion about what Airbnb hosts should and shouldn't provide. Apart from a clean bed, cooking facilities, hot running water, and bath towels, there's a bit of haphazardry going on. Travelers might appreciate a small carton of milk on arrival, tea and coffee, sugar, soap, and shampoo. And our various hosts had all these things, but not at all at the same time.
I mean, look, they're running a brothel. They don't have time to be supplying you with all your little go to the shop.
Yeah, you don't expect milk at a brothel.
No, you got to bring your own.
Yeah, and you're not really there to shampoo your hair. You're just doing the mandatory shower.
I mean, my understanding is that you go there to get somebody else to shampoo your hair. So, but I would still bring your own product because you don't know allergies and things.
Well, this person, I invented an Airbnb all supplies bingo game.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoever had the most Airbnb supplies won the all-important 5-star review. Margaret River had tea and coffee, but no milk. Bunbury had shampoo and soap, but no sugar. Bustleton would have won hands down if not for the missing toaster. Oh, no toaster. How dare they?
I mean, I have a similar system where I go to Airbnbs. If there's no water slide, fuck yeah, you're getting above 3 stars. It's going to be difficult for you,
If they do not provide chopsticks and batteries, that's a 1-star review for me.
I mean, I feel like also there should be a basket of cocaine just to get you through the evening. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I think those rating systems are kind of harsh. If someone doesn't have sugar, you just got to let them away with it. I'm sorry, but anyway, this is getting more and more Karenish as we go. By the way.
What I hadn't considered when booking Airbnb was how very personal it gets. On the physical side, you're keenly aware that you're staying close to a stranger, even though you usually don't meet. I mean, I don't know how it's any different to a hotel, like.
Yeah.
Or even like there is someone on the other side of the wall.
True. Yeah.
For the first hour of every stay along the southwest coast, I took to tiptoeing around the place like a meerkat. When the red wine of Margaret River had started flowing, I was more than happy to make myself at home, all the while knowing that host Ken was in the next room watching a dolphin doco. Very important information.
I mean, that's an interesting.
Imagine writing into the newspaper about what about even you're writing about one thing and then you're like talking about the documentary another Airbnb host was watching in a different room.
Yeah.
It's important.
This feels like somebody wrote a, back in school, they'd be like, what I did on my summer holidays kind of essay at the first day back. But they're a little bit older, so they've got a little bit more sophisticated language, but it's still like, I'm going to tell you all these details that make no sense that you don't care about.
Well, we're more than halfway through this article and we haven't heard anything about this brothel experience.
No.
And we're going into more detail here. In Bunbury, the up closest encounter occurred. Flower Man drove off in the morning to Fossick in the bush, leaving me to slowly rise and shine. Neither of us realized that he left his key in the front door. Our host understandably thought that we'd left. As I was emerging from the bathroom after a shower, Vasily's wife stepped into the room to do the cleaning. She squealed louder than I did, and we both exited stage left and right. It could have been worse. It could have been Vasily. It could have been Vasily's dad. It could have been Vasily and his dad.
I mean, sounds like she's having some fantasies right here.
Yeah.
But, it could have been. But
the irony as well of writing in to a newspaper complaining that an Airbnb is a brothel. Meanwhile, you leave the front key in the front door and then they walk in on you in the bathroom, which is 100% your fault for leaving the front key in the front door. Like,
Yep.
Even if you're at home, if you leave the key in the front door, there is a chance that someone would walk in and see you in the bathroom.
I mean, that's very true. It's very true. Especially if they read the invitation outside. Come on in.
If you left a hotel room door open,
yes.
Like none of this has anything to do with Airbnb. Like Airbnb is atrocious, but that's beside his reasoning. It's like my husband left early and he left the hotel room door open and then someone came in and saw me. What a terrible, terrible hotel.
Yeah. I would, I would not put the blame on the Airbnb here. I think you're right on that one. You're right.
But that wasn't the brothel. Perhaps more personal than a nudie encounter is the online review. I put this in capital letters because the review is everything. The review can make or break the reputation of the host and your good self, so it's vital you make a good impression on each other. The Airbnb app gives you 2 bites at the cherry. You can call each other a hairy-nosed quokka or a bob-tailed skink in a private message, but then post a glowing endorsement for public viewing.
All right. Sweet.
On our last night in Mandurah, Flower Man accidentally smashed a glass into 100 pieces, a wine glass into 100 pieces. They also are openly admitting to being just terrible guests too. It's like...
Yeah. But it's all about the review. So, yeah.
This was worse than not finding the I can isopogen Crithmipholus in Yalgarup National Park. I'm going to assume that's a flower and hope so. Otherwise, it's...
Yeah, it sounds just as bad as that, to be honest. I don't know. What a critical thing that happened. We definitely needed to know that. Thanks for writing into the paper.
It's going to be a pink flower of some kind. Before we left, we wrote a note of apology to our host saying we'd gladly foot the bill. We also breezily mentioned that we'd noticed some faded blood stains on the sheets when we'd first arrived. Wrong! Exclamation mark. Maria was a proud woman. A message shot back. I do the cleaning myself, and I assure you that there were no stains on the sheets when I made the bed. In fact, I'm in the apartment right now, and I see some fresh blood stains on the sheets. I believe they come from the feet. For the last night of the holiday, we decided on a real hotel in Perth. We were pretty sure the manager wouldn't be taking notes on how well we rinsed the cups or do an audit on the hair we left in the shower. But that's not... They had legitimate things of you left the keys in the door and then you acted weird and you smashed a glass.
Yep. Sounds like this is more and more Karen. It's going to be signed by Karen. That's who.
Well, we're hitting the final paragraph here. I lay back on the firm executive pillows and grazed at the firm executive wall ahead. This place had the lot: the tea, the soap, the milk, the shampoo. It could almost have won my Airbnb all supplies bingo game, but cue the tears. It just didn't have the heart.
Aww.
And not a single mention of the brothel.
I was going to say, what happened with the hookers? Flower man go and test them out or anything? What was going on? This seems like maybe this was written by a hotel manager and was like, Airbnbs are shit. Don't stay there. You won't get you won't get some sugar for your tea. So there you go. It's a terribly written article. Like, who in their right mind is like, Airbnbs are not the same as hotels? We know that. And that's why some people love Airbnbs. And that's why a lot of us are like, not an Airbnb. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the comments are all positive. They're all like, I loved it.
Oh, well. Jesus.
Now this is a great comment. I too stayed in a brothel. My wife knows, in fact, she was with me. Rather do a 90-minute drive home after having dinner with our daughter, my wife and son, and I booked a motel near the restaurant. When we arrived at the motel at about 10 p.m., there were women having a smoke outside. The room was sparsely, barely furnished. The single bed had an unused mattress. And the smoke detector immediately above the double bed was made mute by being covered with a condom.
I mean, I didn't know that condoms were soundproof, but now, you learn new things every day in comment sections. So
yeah, well, the next paragraph is we probably wouldn't stay there again, but not because of the people for whom the motel was a workplace rather than a rest place. My wife left behind a new pair of good joggers. We rang the next day and were told they'd been found and would post them to us. Thank you, ladies.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I love that it's like, I probably wouldn't stay there again. I might.
They covered the smoke detector with a condom. And you're saying, I probably wouldn't stay there again after staying there with my wife and kids.
Yeah. I mean, he probably wouldn't stay there with his wife again. If he's by himself, he'd be like, oh, I stayed in that lovely hotel again. Or motel or whatever. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's, I don't know. It's interesting that there's all these brothels that are accepting guests on Airbnb.
Yeah. I've never accidentally booked a brothel.
It's been on purpose every time.
Yeah. Do you know how much research I do?
I mean, they should have a little checkbox. Is it a brothel? Yes.
Yeah, but then the host would rip you off and charge extra. This way, it's like a lucky dip.
Imagine getting to your Airbnb and be like, it's not a brothel. Next time.
Write that as the review.
If anyone's planning on staying in a brothel, this is not one.
I do not recommend.
4 stars.
Good soap, though. All right. Yeah. Well, what is the worst thing that can happen to you while playing soccer?
Well, I did read once that famous soccer player Steven Gerrard was running around, playing. Just came on as a substitute or something, and he ripped his penis, and had to get stitches at halftime. Oh. So that's apparently a real thing. He was playing a game, something happened, he ripped his penis and had to have stitches. So that
how
probably
does that happen?
I don't know, but it's always stuck in my head thinking about that story.
That does seem like something you wouldn't forget.
Seems like something that would haunt you forever. That was the day I quit playing soccer.
Yeah, he got a tackle to the got a laceration during a World Cup tie.
There you go. Yeah.
My God.
So that's probably that's in my imagination, that's the worst. I don't want my penis involved in any soccer activities.
Okay, well then you'll be fine with this one.
Okay.
Cool. FA launched investigation after player inserted finger into anus of opponent.
All right, so we're in the same general area. Well, yeah, I mean.
Well, there's a little bit of a difference, though, between a tackle that goes wrong and then tears up your penis, as opposed to someone intentionally inserting a finger.
Yeah, and you're probably not expecting it. You haven't prepared.
I mean, the ripped penis, the fingers are welcome.
That too, yeah. Which would you prefer? A strange penis, a strange finger up your anus, or a torn penis? Yeah. You
have to go the finger. I mean,
you probably, yeah, that's yeah, you go with that one.
There's no allegations that it caused any damage, so yeah.
It changed his life. He went home and was like, why did I enjoy that so much? Yeah, I think, how do you even get in a position where it's possible to do that to your opponent?
I mean, how do you not?
I just maybe I played a game different. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like yeah. Just not up to the Nottinghamshire FA Sunday League level.
See, when I was playing, it used to be like you were trying not to be anywhere near the anus of your opponents. That was kind of one of the goals that you had.
I don't know. If you're marking a player, you want to be there. You want to remind them that, hey, wherever you go.
I'm literally not letting you go right now.
Yeah, it like helps you to keep close to them. You think you're going to run away, but trust me, you're not.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We've learned so much about something.
The alleged incident is supposed to have happened on January 8th, where the unnamed player is said to have inserted a finger or multiple fingers into another player's anus during the game.
Okay.
You would think they would know, like, was it 1 or was it 3? Or I just don't know how many were there. It was
Yeah. I mean, let's hope he was treating him gently. Started off with one, and then second time was like, all right, we're going for three.
So a message was leaked that was sent to coaches, players, and fans looking for witnesses, saying it has been reported to us that during a match between home team and away team, a player allegedly inserted his fingers, with the S being in brackets, into an opposition player's anus. Imagine being the guy sending that, and then imagine receiving that too. Like these new spam messages are going to a whole different level.
You go into work today. What have you got for me, boss? Well, you got to write this letter about players sticking their fingers up other players' anuses. What? This is not what I came to work for.
Yeah, Nottinghamshire FA have confirmed they're aware of the incident. It's currently under investigation, but the police said that there's been they are unaware of the incident. Yeah, it's I mean, it did happen here in rugby league where a guy did it and kind of made the news everywhere because he literally in a match did that.
All right. Well, yeah, I'd want him to be ejected from the game for that. I'd be like, you sent off. Thanks. It's physically gone too far.
Yeah, I mean, what are you meant to do when that happens? Like, excuse me, referee, I would like to have this investigated.
Exactly. Excuse me, sir. I would like to report a violation that I need investigated, please. Fill out all the appropriate documents and get back to me. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any further information yet as to what
this one. Just follow the story over the weeks and get updates of we should contact the Nottinghamshire FA and be like, what's the update on the finger in the butt story?
You have an article about my fantasy and I would like to know more.
Hey, I'm contacting you from my Airbnb, which may or may not be a brothel.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if there's more, we'll be definitely finding out about it. Now, say you were to wear a dress with a lion head on it to an event.
Uh-huh.
What would be the most awkward thing that could happen?
The lion's family turn up? I don't know. Yeah. Someone throws something over you for wearing a lion's head? I don't know.
No, that would just be normal. But Kylie Jenner didn't look happy after Irina Shayk pulls up in the same lion head dress.
Ladies, come on.
So,
yeah, that's not.
They both went to an event in Paris Fashion Week and turned up with a dress that has a full life-size lion head on the shoulder, which is very relatable to all of us.
I mean, I'm not the most fashionable dude in the world, but
Stop
how? But how?
You only wear tigers, not lions.
I mean, that's. I come from the '80s, so that's why. But yeah, why did when did a life-size lion head become part of a dress? What's that all about? Where does that idea come from?
At the same event.
I mean, the two of them. I mean, that's crazy to me. I mean, you would expect. I mean, I know these people. They make quite a lot of money off their Airbnb rentals, so you would imagine they can afford one-off dresses, and yeah, it'd be quite embarrassing to turn up thinking.
Well, they probably were one-off dresses, and they probably thinking it's okay. There is no chance someone else is going to come with a full-sized lion head on their dress. So
I really hope that one of them was the AliExpress knockoff version. It's like just really bad quality. But hey, there you go.
They're both like full sales, full size, lifelike lion heads.
I mean, that's also going to be heavy. Why? I would imagine. I don't know. Anyway,
now, what do you think Peter has said about this?
I'd imagine they're fully on board, thinking that it's really resourceful and a good thing that people wear such garments.
I mean, you're actually close. They said it's fabulously innovative.
Nice. See?
They said that they celebrate the beauty of wild animals and maybe be a statement against trophy hunting, in which lions and wolves are torn apart to satisfy human egotism. So yeah, there is certainly
dramatic.
Yeah, there's no element of human egoism on wearing a lion's head full life size on your dress.
No, that's completely non-egotistical. Yeah, I mean, look, imagine the build up. You're like, people are going to see me with this lion's head dress. You're going to think I'm awesome. then someone else wears the same fucking dress.
Yeah, I wonder what you actually are thinking. Like, surely you have to be worried that like people are going to be like, you look like a complete and utter wanker.
Oh yeah, that's also an issue. Oh man,
you know, it'd be fun to wear it to like a funeral or someone else's wedding and.
Someone else's wedding. That's where you got to take it to that level. Be like, what? This is just a regular dress. What's your problem?
You go to a job interview and just try to not acknowledge it at all and just be like, hey, how are we doing? Or a business meeting of like, yeah, you're selling something.
It's a nice dress you're wearing. I would appreciate if you didn't talk about my employer.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate.
Do you know how inappropriate it is to talk about a dress?
Never mind the fact that I'm a 40-year-old man wearing a dress, but hey, it's all good.
That's not the weird part. The weird part would be the lion's head.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you're going to rob a house, what should you avoid doing?
Getting caught?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one element of it, but like,
maybe leaving your wallet behind, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's also a bit boring.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of too many things. I haven't been preparing to rob a house, so I'm not sure.
Well, that's a good
I'm sure
excuse.
this is going to help. This is going to help.
Well, yesterday, whenever this was written, a senior citizen was surprised to find a stranger dozing off in his house. He initially thought the man was a friend of one of his children who had stayed the night, but he later discovered that the man was an intoxicated burglar who fell asleep and did not manage to flee with the stolen goods.
Nice.
So yeah, ideally you don't want to get drunk and pass out when you're robbing someone's house.
This is all good tips. I'm gonna write these down.
Yeah. Guy says, when I woke up at around 6 a.m., I found a man lying on the floor of the house, and next to him was a paper bag containing 2 knife blades, a screwdriver, 2 bottles of liquor, and a Samsung tablet. I checked and realized that the items belonged to me. I suspect he fell asleep after drinking liquor stored in the glass cupboard in this house. He added that a black dog believed to be the thieves had tagged along to the attempted burglary. The dog, he said, tried to nudge the man awake but failed. So if you bring your dog along,
dog on a burglary, like, come on, Rex, we're going to rob some houses.
And I'm going to get drunk in the meantime. Just make sure to wake me up if I pass out. I think the lesson is you got to train your dog better on how to wake you up if you pass out drunk when burgling someone's house.
I think that's the way to go. If you're going to have a tag team burglary duo with your dog, you got to train them up a little bit better. Wow, what a story.
We all tried to wake him up, but he passed out. Not long after that, the police arrived and woke him up before taking him to the police station. Further investigation revealed that the man had climbed over the side fence of the house and entered via an unlocked door. While entering the house, the suspect is believed to have found the liquor cabinet and helped himself up to the point that he was drunk and fell asleep.
Wow. I mean, you got to drink quite a bit, I think, to get to that point. So, yeah, maybe just have half the drinks that you want to have. Have the other half when you leave.
Well,
and don't go sleep in the house you're burgling.
Especially when you're already wanted for other criminal activity. So, yeah, the police arrested him for that too.
Yeah, that seems like we're dealing with a world-class idiot here.
Genius.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you buy a new couch, where should the delivery guys not leave it?
I guess they should not leave it anywhere except for the room that you want it to go to. So, don't leave it outside. Don't leave it, I don't know, with your neighbors, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but let's say they did deliver it and brought it inside. Where would they not be? Where should they not leave it?
I don't know. If they get it inside the house, that's kind of half the battle. So I don't know if they could fuck it up from there. Maybe I don't know.
Well, these homeowners are upset. These people did get in the house. So by your logic, they've achieved what they need to do. So I guess if you ever order a new couch, the delivery guys can just dump it wherever inside your house.
Just get it in the house. That's fine. I'm happy with that. It's all good. Yeah.
Okay. Throw it in the bathtub. Throw it in the shower.
I mean, that's going to be it's going to be inconvenient, but still, you've done your job. Well done. So.
Well, these guys, so the homeowner's fury after delivery drivers leave new 2,000-pound leather sofa wedged in the staircase.
Yeah, you don't want it wedged in the staircase. In fairness, that is less than ideal. Just imagine you're bringing the stairs then up the couch up the stairs, and then you're like, oh fuck. It's wedged in. We can't move it. Let's just fucking leave. That sounds like good job. Well done.
Yeah, and they managed to break through the walls and the staircase and have it lodged in the staircase. So
nice.
Not only can you not sit on your couch, but you also can't use your stairs. So
yeah, that's an issue. I gotta say, I wouldn't be too happy with that. Even though they got it into the house, I think they've failed in another area there.
They said they got here and I showed them where I wanted it upstairs. I said it looked quite tight, but they assured me they do tight deliveries all the time.
Ooh.
Yeah. We actually had a thing kind of like this, but not. These people actually realized it was kind of within a centimeter whether they could get it up the stairs, and they're like, we're not going to be able to. So then they had to go take it back and we had to buy a different one. And yeah, but it was all sorted, and they didn't just jam it through the thing. Whereas these guys said, they said that they can do it. So they brought it in. They struggled to get it over the banister and eventually got it in, but then it got jammed. They couldn't get it up or down. Then they said, look, we've got to get back to Birmingham, and tried to leave. They asked me to sign for the delivery.
Nice. It's delivered. So
we had a little bit of an argument about it, and then they suggested I cut away the banister to get it out. It's a brand new house that we just bought for $500,000, and now we have to have the work done to repair it. Then they just left it there and went back to Birmingham. The drivers also said they didn't even try to get it up the stairs, but I have actual doorbell footage of them after they delivered it to my house. I have a photo of them at the bottom of the stairs after the damage was done too. They've destroyed the plasterboard and damaged all of the wooden skirting on the stairway. They've also damaged the sofa too. Eventually they got into the van and drove away, leaving the sofa suspended there. Since then, the company has continued to deny that they carried it up the stairs, and now they've stopped communicating. So, solid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way to defend yourself. Be like, we didn't do that. You did that by yourself. We wouldn't do that. That's unprofessional. So yeah, I mean, it sounds very much like this person just bought a couch that was too big for their house, and now they've got a problem. But yeah, the less than ideal delivery situation. Let's just put it that way.
I think he should just learn to love it and sit on the couch on the stairs.
It would be a talking point at your dinner parties. Be like, look at my weirdly placed couch. But you don't got one of those halfway up the stairs.
I think it's a new style, along with lion heads on dresses.
Every brothel you walk into is going to have that now when you're staying at an Airbnb.
How good would it be if you go to an Airbnb and they're like, oh yeah, don't worry, on the stairs, you just have to walk around the couch that's jammed in there.
That would be interesting, yeah.
It is kind of along the lines of Airbnb too, that you would have that experience.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
Now, why did this man cry at a massage?
Is this another fingers up the bum kind of thing?
No, come on. Don't be childish.
I will always be. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe he just got emotional with being touched for once. Maybe he saw the bill and he was like, oh no, I have to pay that much.
Well, a Singaporean who went to Malaysia to have a massage with his friend.
It seems like a long way to go. It's like, I'm just going to Malaysia for a massage.
You know, they're next door to each other. Like,
it's still far to go. I mean, you can go downtown.
It could technically be 100 meters because they do share a border. So,
yeah, but I feel like they would say which was 100 meters away, which is like naming, I'm going to this other country. So.
Although it is pretty funny to go to a different country. Like, if you live on the border of different countries, it'd be like, I'm going down the pub in the next country.
Forgot my passport, can't get through.
So yeah, he went there to have a massage with his friend. Posted a video on TikTok consisting of text and photos mentioning that when the two of them got to a massage parlor, they said that the masseuse touched their lower bodies.
Ooh.
The text mentioned that when the two went into a massage parlor, they pointed out that the masseuse, these articles, they repeat the same line twice, basically. Even though the masseuse touched their private parts, even though they were stopped, they touched them twice again.
Wow.
So these are two guys that went to a different country for a massage together. And then when the masseuse touched them down there, they got upset. So then the masseuse also asked if one of them was gay and why he was not sexually aroused, and even pulled open the other's underwear to look at his lower body.
I mean, you know, feel like you went to the wrong massage place then.
I think you went to the wrong country.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it does mention the massage parlor, and it is right near the border, so it's not that far.
So, all right. Well, there you go. I'm gonna go and try a massage across the border.
10-minute drive. So,
well, there you go. I mean, they should have.
They should have gone further into the country. That's what they deserve.
Exactly.
Although, I mean, not knowing anything about these people, like if you and your mate go get to another country to get a massage together, and then the masseuse does touch you there, and then you're like freaked out.
I feel like one of the friends knew what was going to happen, and the other was like, "What the fuck? She's touching me in the junk." He's like, "Yeah, that's why we came to another country, so that they wouldn't know about it at home."
Or this could be the ultimate hack to find out. Say that you're like attracted to your friend, you don't want to ask, "Are you also interested?"
Yeah. Okay.
You take them to another country to go get a massage. Tell the masseuse in advance, "Can you do a couple of things here?" Then you find out for sure.
I mean, it's the pitching of the trip for me. It was like, hey, dude, I was just thinking we should go get a massage. Nowhere local. We should like leave the country to do it. You and I, just to be a great trip. You're gonna freak some people out depending how you pose the situation.
Well, she freaked him out it says the man said that the masseuse continued to ask inappropriate questions, which made him feel very uncomfortable, and then terminated the massage service early and broke down and cried afterwards.
Why? I don't get the crying part. Because if it's something you don't want, you just say, "Hey, I don't want that," and then you don't have to be upset about it, unless something else happened. I don't know. This is a very weird story.
Yeah,
it seems normal enough, but it's not. It's very weird.
So yeah, they actually specifically named the place. So the parlor actually responded saying a spokesman of the massage parlor told Shin Min Daily News that they have no way of confirming the other party's allegations. After all, the massage booths cannot be equipped with electronic cameras, and they can only listen to the opinions of both parties. However, he emphasized that the massage parlor has been in business for more than 10 years and does not allow masseurs to provide special services, and will warn the other party if they know that someone provides such services. Which, that line sounds weird, that they will warn the client. Hey, welcome to our parlor. We don't provide dodgy services, but this masseuse does provide it, so don't use her who works here.
Yeah.
Is the way that reads.
If you don't want special services, don't go to this masseuse right here. She does all the dirty stuff. I mean, all the stuff. Don't talk to her. Yeah. This is why I have a thing. Like if I need a massage, I'm gonna be like,
wow.
What if she touches my thing and then I have to cry?
That's why you got to go to a different country.
Yeah, I mean, what's the address for this place? Did you say?
Wow. This takes a massive turn in the last sentence. In addition, the spokesperson also mentioned that the masseuse involved pointed out that the other party was dressed like a girl, so it was impossible to ask him if he wanted special service.
What? So he was dressed like a girl. So you can't ask someone dressed as a girl if they want a special service. So
Yeah,
they
but they're
confirmed they offered a special service to the other person in that then.
Well, no, they just couldn't offer it to the other one because he was dressed like a girl.
Imagine he wasn't, and he's just reading it being like, wait a minute, I was just what I was wearing. It was good.
I wore my lion head dress. Like
that's high fashion.
I even ran into another guy who was wearing a lion head dress. So it's completely straight and manly and masculine, okay? How dare you?
The other dude is lying there going, would you just give me the special services? That's what we're here for. Come on. But the other guy is off crying in the corner. It's like, shut up, you're ruining it.
Yeah, what if they went into the wrong rooms and that's what this whole thing's about?
Yeah. One guy's going home. I mean, they're both going home very disappointed, but for very different reasons.
Yeah. Well, if a girl asks for 999 roses, what should you give her?
Nothing. I don't know. Give her what she wants. Maybe you'll get what she wants. I don't know. Depends how you feel about her. But I'm going to say give her the push and just leave her alone.
That's a terrible suggestion.
You are welcome.
So I was so confused when my girlfriend asked me to give her 999 roses to prove my genuine love for her. I'd never heard of such a thing before, and I couldn't understand why she would ask for something so outrageous. I knew I loved her deeply, but so why did I need to buy her so many roses? Also, that would be an astronomical amount of money, and where the hell would you get them, and where would you even put them?
Yeah. So it does seem like, if you're going to receive one of those grandiose gestures of love, you shouldn't really dictate it yourself and be like, hey, buy me a fucking 1,000 roses because then I can post it on Instagram and everything.
No, 999. 1,000 would be just ridiculous.
I bet you if you count them up, there's not 999. But yeah, I mean, what are we? It's a bit cheeky asking for that many, to be honest.
Well, he says, I wanted to make her happy and prove my love, but I just didn't know how. I thought about it for a few days and eventually decided to take her out to dinner at KFC instead.
That works. So just looking it up here, 12 standard roses apparently cost $79.95.
Yeah.
But 24 premium roses costs $149.99. So it's quite a lot of money.
Bucket load of money. Yeah.
See, do they have a listing for 900?
Not to mention like how much space that would take up, and
yeah,
I don't even think you could fit 999 roses in a room. Let alone carry it.
It seems an excessive amount. This place here only stocks will only sell you deluxe 36 roses for €220, down from 230. So you're saving $10 there. But yeah.
Well, that's why you got to look for wholesale. You can't even just buy it at a regular.
Oh yeah, you'd probably have to go and I don't know. Anyway, it is ridiculous on all fronts. What even is she gonna do with all the roses?
Well, that's why she's got to eat some KFC.
I think it was a better option. Bring her to KFC. She's like, they're just as good as all the roses I wanted.
He says, I knew it wasn't the same as giving her 999 roses, but I figured it was the best I could do.
As long as he didn't be like, you can have anything you want, as long as it's a bargain bucket. Yeah.
Look,
whatever.
I'm looking to splurge. I'm going to buy you a large chips.
Yeah, but just remember this tonight when we get home.
I'm going to buy you what would be better is if he walked in and he's like, I'm going to buy you 999 chips from KFC over a week, not in one sitting. That'd be too much.
Yeah, over our lifetime. Still, that is a crazy request. Maybe she hadn't thought it through. Maybe she was like, that would be like, maybe she thought that many roses was like $100 and would be like small roses, mini roses or something. I don't know. But yeah, to make that sort of a request for thousands and thousands of dollars worth of flowers, I think is he did right. He taught her a valuable lesson about KFC and the value of what you ask for, and that you can't always get what you want. So
try sometimes. You get KFC.
Yeah.
So someone actually counted in KFC in the UK. In the regular fries, you get 35 fries.
All right. That's interesting.
So there's actually someone who went and counted KFC, Leon, and McDonald's for how many fries you get in each serving. So medium portion of McDonald's fries is 64 fries.
Okay. All right.
Meaning that you would still need what? What is that? Like 15 medium McDonald's fries to get to 999 fries to be able to give 999 fries, let alone roses.
Yep. Still going to work out a lot cheaper than the roses.
So he says, when I tried to ask her why she wanted 999 roses in the first place, she said it was because she wanted to know how much I truly loved her. I tried to explain to her that I didn't need to give her anything to prove my love, but she said she still wanted to see the gesture. When I brought her to KFC, she was really excited. She ordered her favorite meal and I paid for it. I asked her if she was happy with the surprise and she said she was. But then when I asked her why she wanted 999 roses in the first place, she said that it was because she wanted to know how these people edit poorly because they repeated that line, which was 2 paragraphs ago, and it's the same one. Anyway, at this point, I was starting to get frustrated. Why couldn't she just accept my gift? I'd gone out of my way to make her happy, and she still wasn't satisfied. That's when I said something that I probably shouldn't have. I said, buy flowers for what? And oh my God, this is so offensive. I cannot believe that he's gone here. Okay. So he said he probably shouldn't have said this. Like he's crossed the line. He said, buy flowers for what? Can't even eat. That's the whole thing that he's gone too far with.
Shock. All right. I can't believe he said such a thing.
He's hit it with a low blow there.
That is something else. I mean, who does he think he is?
Well, yeah. My girlfriend was obviously taken aback by my comment, and I immediately regretted it. I apologized profusely and tried to explain that I didn't mean it in a bad way. I told her that I was upset because she was asking for something that was impossible for me to give her. You know, sometimes you just say things that you can't come back for. I slept with your dad. I used to be called Jane.
Oh,
and then buy flowers for what? Can't even eat. Your brother's better in bed. I mean, these are all the same.
It's more right up there with all of that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, I feel like this is one of the most serious issues that has ever faced anybody in a relationship ever. Whether or not to buy 999 roses, I don't know, man. I think they both had a point. She needs him to do something better than, you know,
No, I
Pretty
think
well.
he went too far. She needs to leave. When
I
you're
mean,
going around saying stuff like that, that's
what was her plan to reciprocate the gift? Like, if he bought 999 roses, what was she gonna do
buy him
for
KFC.
him? Say what?
Buy him KFC.
I mean, yeah, possibly, but yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but yeah, definitely he went over the line with his comment there for sure.
Yeah. Well, finally,
Okay.
what is Splash Mountain water worth to you?
Nothing. But I believe that it's being sold for quite a lot of money for some fucking reason.
Yeah, well, they closed the ride because it was racist, and they're reopening it just as Splash instead of Splash Mountain.
Okay.
And yeah, people actually went out of their way to try to be on the last ride, but then other people thought ahead and they stole the water. I would like to see these people get arrested and have Disney put out arrest warrants for them because
Well, with Disney,
they stole the water.
But what is the point? Why? Who? It's just. I mean, is it special water? Has it got medicinal purposes?
The last water that was used on the ride.
Yeah, but so what? I don't understand why people wanted that water or want it or are trying to sell it, or who's going to buy it? Who is the people?
Obviously, people that are going to spend $20 on a 4-ounce jar of water.
I mean, but also, how do you know it's not just someone filling up water from their toilet and being like, "There you go." That's honestly, that's where we got it. It's Space Mountain, I promise.
Why is it yellow?
Because it was on the ride. That's what it is. In fact, I think I'm going to start a new website this afternoon selling water from Space Mountain. Just got some jars, got some, water. It's all good.
Well, yeah, someone actually did that and listed for 25 grand that they were selling it. And then they put in there that it was actually from their thing at home. And then it got taken down.
I mean, the thing there is to not out yourself. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna sell this thing for a lot of money. But it's like someone buying, water from a puddle in Disneyland. It's still just water. It's fine,
Yeah, but it's a puddle in Disneyland.
I mean, sure, but I don't get it. I don't get it. So. These people who are buying this, I think they should contact me and I will sell them other things that they would like. So I'll figure that out as we go, but it'll all be jar-based things that they should never open.
Well, people were actually selling real items such as Ziploc bags that people were given to keep their belongings dry when they're on the ride, which are selling online for as much as $40.
What? You can get your Ziploc bags for a lot cheaper than that, my friend.
Yeah, but it's not from the thing.
No, but we can just say they use these ones on a Friday because they ran out of the other ones. It's fine. Just, scribble on it, Space Mountain.
People are selling employee badges, old paper ride tickets, and plastic cups.
Yeah. They make money, I guess. It makes more sense than the water from the thing, but still, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people just really like that ride. That's their thing, and now they're gonna miss it because it's gone away because of the racism.
And now they need a jar of water from the ride.
Yeah. I mean, some people buy used panties. We've spoken about that before. Other people buy used roller coaster water for the same purpose. So
this is dirt from a dirt from the waiting area from the ride.
Oh, that's just too much. People can't control themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's absurd. Some visitors spent 5 hours in line on the final day.
Yeah. No, thanks.
At cheering sections of fans chanted splash, splash, splash.
Well, these people are way too exciting for me.
There were people that were letting people go ahead of them so they could take the last ride, which is awkward because after they closed it, the Disney staff members took the closing ride and were met with applause from adoring fans.
Well, there you go.
Could you imagine getting cheered for taking the ride?
I mean, I feel like I would be like, do I really have to fucking do this? And then not give a shit about people cheering or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you work in a theme park, your days are probably kind of sucky. I feel like you just want to get out of there as quickly as possible at the end of your shift, not have people stand around looking at you. There you go. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, especially so people are selling old. So in Disney, you can get the fast pass to skip the line. People are selling their old ones for $5, $10.
That's not too bad, but yeah, still seems a bit like you could buy all this stuff, pretend you had a holiday at Disneyland, even though you didn't, and it cost you a lot less money. So
yeah, I mean, the price of the water is going up too. There's a lot of people still selling it. The amount of people selling old Disney Fast Pass tickets for just anything.
Well,
you can even buy it by the year. So I'd like to meet someone who like collects one of each year.
Oh, that's
this is a 2003. We'll see over there a 2004.
Yeah, that's
they changed the font in 2005, so that makes that a special one.
I mean, that's a special one to get then. The first one with the new font. People will buy any old shit is the basic theory that we've stumbled upon here. So all you need to do is find a way to get them to buy your old shit, and then you just never have to work a day again in your life. So
CNN have pointed out that Disney people swear that water at Disney rides is different. That whatever chemicals the park uses to kill germs gives it a distinct, pleasant smell.
I mean, it sounds like toilet water to me, but all right. I'm sure they are. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I think people, if you're buying water not for drinking purposes, you're probably doing something wrong. That's just my thoughts on it.
Imagine buying the water and then spilling it.
Oh my! Or it gets you just get a broken jar and like a soggy box. That's what I would say.
You buy it to recreate One Man, One Jar.
Nobody wants that.
It's Disney water though.
I've decided. I just looked it up. I've decided now I'm going to start a new website. It's called anyoldshit.store, and people can come there and just buy any old shit. And it's only going to cost me $4.99 to get that domain name. So I'm down for it.
Except now you've put it out and anyone can do it.
Yeah, but I'm hoping someone actually does it because, you know.
I just looked up old tickets and someone's selling like 1980s Texas A&M vintage football tickets for $25.
I mean, if you have a time machine, that's a pretty good deal. You go back, watch the game.
Collectible old ticket from the Sweet Concert 2022 tour. You can buy a Burma state lottery ticket.
Wow. Yeah, that's I mean, if it was a winning ticket, I'd buy it, but no, I'm betting it's not. So,
Let's go most expensive. They come up with like stuff that isn't really just tickets. You can buy like old Japanese things that are apparently tickets, but yeah.
But my cousin owns or has a ticket for a Nirvana show that was due to take place like when Kurt Cobain decided to blow his own head off, allegedly, and it totally wasn't Courtney Love who did it instead. But yeah, so that apparently is worth a lot of money. He's been offered lots of money for it down the years.
Really?
So I mean, the last time I spoke to him, which was probably years ago as well. So
maybe I'm just going to throw out a wild conspiracy. Maybe he did it to sell the ticket.
He was 12 at the time. So
there we go.
Yeah, probably did. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there.
You can buy an 85-year-old 1937 Roland Garros ticket for $1,300.
I mean, if you had stopped at 85-year-old, that might have been worth the money. You can buy an 85-year-old.
You don't want an 85-year-old tennis ticket.
Yeah, again, doesn't make any sense to me. We'll be selling them at aoife.store. If you want any old shit, that's where to go. Yeah, man, that's weird. That's weird. I'm gonna start looking up and see if I've got any tickets and boxes up in the attic or something. So I can make some money.
Yeah, even 1967 NBA All-Star Game ticket stub selling for $1,000.
What? All right, I'm definitely gonna start selling tickets. I'm pretty sure my 1996 Blur ticket is gonna be worth probably enough to buy a new Ferrari or something.
Someone is selling a Indianapolis Indians ticket for $24. Like just a random game from some random time.
All right. Usually I would imagine tickets lose their value after the event, but apparently not. Apparently they keep their value, which is weird.
You just keep them and then
sell them years later on eBay.
Yeah.
Wherever. There you go. Good news. I didn't know that.
These are not signed or anything. They're just random tickets.
Telling you, man, any old shit. You can sell literally any old shit on the internet. Got it.
They've taken away the value of tickets though, because you don't actually get a physical ticket anymore.
That's true. That's true.
I wonder if you'll be able to buy a JPEG of a ticket.
NFTs, we've got to call. You got to buy an NFT of a ticket from 3 years ago.
From a U2 cover band.
Oh yeah, sweet.
This is like the 5th best cover band of U2 in all of Ireland.
I mean, those tickets are rare. Just you try and find a ticket for that show, you can't get it
because no one showed up.
Yeah, there were no tickets. It was a free gig. You just walk in with 4 people.
We should make old tickets and just say that it's from.
I think that's a good idea. I think we've got so many business plans out of this episode.
This is the 1976 Super Bowl. Very rare VIP box seat.
$10,000 for that one.
You can see it was signed by whoever was the best player on the day.
I just want every ticket, no matter what it is for, no matter what event, to be signed by Hulk Hogan. And here I have this Australian Open final ticket signed by Hulk Hogan, who was in attendance on the day. Worth so much money.
You can buy, Flyers NHL, an NHL ticket from Flyers Rangers on the 14th of March, 1984. The ticket is at row C, seat 8, cost $18 on the ticket. It's now worth $20. So it's somehow gone up $2 in price. It's ripped in half too, so you only get half the ticket.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's worth $2 more now, even though you don't even get to go to the game. So it actually is of no value.
Yeah. I do see. It's just the world is fucking weird, man. People buying water, tickets they can't use. It's just fucking weird. But
it says excellent to near mint ticket.
But it's ripped in half. Oh man, I can't deal with these people. It's like the time we talked about people selling the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Like you would never think that people would pay money for that, but here we are. They do.
I mean, who isn't dying to buy 1984 ice hockey ticket?
I mean, you got to own one at least once in your life.
Which doesn't even seem to come up as being like a significant game.
just a random preseason game, a warm-up game. $20.
This was a thrilling 0-0 draw.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. Is there anyone famous playing in it? No, not really.
No, they were all
kids. Yeah, all the reserves. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna buy a ticket to head out now and start my new website, selling all shit on the internet.
Next time you ride the bus, keep that bus ticket. It's gonna be worth $2-3 more in 25 years. Trust me.
I mean, what an investment. $2 or $3. Can't wait. Yeah. Well, thankfully people on the internet just keep getting dumber and dumber.